So, on my personal channel, I'm slowly moving over to this one, I said the biggin collision is hard. Now I'm saying it has 10,000 triangles. I have no clue how to combine the box colliders with the mesh tries. I could always just try the sketchy version of Rob's because climbing the biggins is only a secondary concern and doesn't need to be super precise. So, while binging his climbing videos, I went back to the Colosseum that's in the background of like pretty much every video. Except it's meant to be an old run down place. So I went to put some leaves on it first, and I can, I don't know, do some deformation later. But the leaves alone would have been like 800,000 verts to put on, which is kind of crazy. So the laptop could not handle that. But before we can even address that, with this, I don't have the add-ons for it on this PC. So I gotta go get Bag of Pie, so I downloaded that and all the other add-ons that I had before. That will make my life so much easier. Then I got the things and added the part, then fiddled around with the files for stuff. So I don't know how Robert got a collider animating, and the Rascal skinned mesh collider is 40 bucks, so no.
This sort of works, but we're kind of sinking through the model, stopping at edges of where meshes join, moving around on the mesh when we're standing still because the bone's not deforming but the mesh is.
But there's this, so I put it straight on the big mesh and collider. I don't know where the boundaries actually are, but that looks good and it works most of the time, so I do want to push it further, but it's Saturday. What? I still want to use the mesh collision, and turns out not having the convex ball on mesh collider just stops it from using physics. I still can't preview its bounds though, even with that on. So when it was just a box collider and it animates, it goes through. So I used the convex thing on the mesh collider to try that again. Added some drag and found how to actually pause animations using the speed instead of like stop playback, which doesn't work. So there's fix. Give it a second. Fight. Okay, so because the mesh collider is on that collision object now too, I can actually kill the giants. Very cool. But it's still a bit jank. I do also need to add like indications that you have hit the thing, but oh well, I can polish that stuff up later because I've got movement to polish first, then there's the environment, and then the story, and then I want to have the demo ready by September, and that's next month. So first, before the slipstream is the vector of movement when swimming. If I try to just swim forward, that happens, and it's apparently a compounding thing. It looks like it. You can kind of see it there. I remember altering the drag to fix something related to this earlier. That's worth checking. So turns out I've said to use -1 drag when going up, and that's very interesting. I didn't even know what that would do. Well, I've found out without those lines, I can't find any documentation on it in 5 minutes, that I just zoom into the ground at Mach 1 when going down. So, found it. Why does it just go up so much more? No matter how I try to change it, it still does the thing, and it's not a drag problem. That hasn't changed anything. But what if I add more drag to equal it out? Yeah, no, that didn't do anything. But by altering the vertical input force that's related to the upwards direction instead of the forwards direction, haha, very nice. So now, to get the boost back, then we can do a slipstream, baby. But first, pull-ups, because I hungry. So I went to do the boosting, but across the next 20 minutes or so, I didn't actually get anything done. I altered a few lines of code and got really tired again. So I plan to stop for the day and grind out the rest of the progress on Sunday, which is the day I'm recording this, because I thought about the video and just wanted to get progress. And if I did stop then, I would have not even half of the script, and you can already see the video length. So that's the week done with all the progress there, and then the rest of today, any progress will be in the next video on Ratchet channel. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.